Wait, what? No, do not adjust your set. Do not change channels. You are not seeing double. It is indeed me. You might recognize me. You might not, of course. But I do have another BookTube channel. This is the launch of a new one that I want to put out there to concentrate on a particular subject or genre of books, which I'll explain later. So hello there and welcome to my brand new channel, The Bookmark, with me, Mark. See what I did there? Not original at all, of course, but I like it.
The Bookmark, your one-stop shop for non-fiction reads.
So yes, you might recognize me from my other channel, but I'm here to launch this new channel dedicated to probably if I'm honest, my first real reading love, which is non-fiction. So this channel is dedicated to non-fiction reading, non-fiction books. It's a wonderful world out there of non-fiction. If you want to watch fiction stuff, of course, you can check out my original channel, which you will know, of course, as Book Time with Elvis. But this is dedicated entirely to non-fiction. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. It's a great big world out there of really wonderful, fascinating and enjoyable books. And remember, the truth is often way, 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 way stranger than fiction. And hopefully through the course of the videos and stuff we're going to do on this channel, you'll come to believe that too. And maybe, if you're not already, be converted to a lover of non-fiction, because it's absolutely wonderful. It really is. Now, my journey and love affair with, you have to excuse me, my dog Elvis from said channel, he chooses this moment as the time to play with me. Well, you know, good for him. So excuse if you hear this kind of thing in the background, but I assure you, 99% of my attention is on you. So my own particular journey with non-fiction began when I was pretty young, actually, I have to say. And I think I have one of the first non-fiction books that I owned still with me, albeit a bit small. And I've talked about it before on my other channel, but this is Kings and Queens of England, Part 1, as a Ladybird book, which goes through, of course, the pre-conquest and post-conquest Kings of England from, post-conquest from William the Conqueror up until, I think, the start of the Tudor dynasty. It's quite old and falling apart, but it does have some wonderful, wonderful illustrations and things in it, and it certainly got me hooked on history, and that was my route and roadway into non-fiction. And since then I haven't really been able to stop. I've always devoured books, be they of course on history, on travel writing, on real life adventure stories, real true crime, all sorts of things. And it's oh, come on, please. It's only a few minutes, Elvis. Come on. I do apologise. What a great start to this new launch. I can't actually turn the camera around, unfortunately, and show you him if you are new to me and Elvis, but I will, I assure you, at some point get him in here. So what was I talking about? I was talking about my introduction to non-fiction and all the wonderful examples that I've been able to read through that. And very much so do I find it, dare I say it, even more interesting, more compelling than a lot of fiction that is out there. A lot of fiction, of course, is based off of true stories anyway. Historical fiction is a prime example where they weave in fictional stories into real historical events. So yeah, sometimes those real historical events are just amazing on their own. You don't need the fictional elements to expand it or make it better. But, some people do prefer that, and that's fine. But I do think those of us in the BookTube community who do really enjoy non-fiction should put it out there a bit more. Now, there are some big channels that do dedicated reading events to non-fiction and do have a lot of it put on there, but I don't know if there's one that's almost exclusively dedicated to that. Though, of course, it's a big place, YouTube, so there's probably thousands of them, and this is not at all unique. But it is unique in the sense that you have my crazy dog knocking the tripod every few seconds, beeping away in the background, and of course you've also got me, and I like to think that in some ways I'm kind of unique, and hopefully as things go on you'll agree. So yeah, what are the reasons? Why should you read non-fiction? Well, of course, Frida doesn't do this in Steve Donohue's videos. And even if I leave it, he's put it down. Even if I leave it, he'll come over and start nudging me in a minute. So, but anyway, reasons as to why you should read non-fiction, of course. Truth is power, man. Come on, truth is power. Non-fiction, of course, is rooted in real events, facts, and people. And it helps to some degree, of course, to make sense of the world, depending, of course, on what type of non-fiction you are reading. Which leads me perfectly into, if you're interested in things like personal growth, self-help, psychology, that kind of stuff, books that can help you improve your life. The jury's out on that for me, I have to say. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Some things are quite interesting from that realm. It's not really something I read a lot of, self-help books and things like that. But if you have any amazing and special ones that you can recommend, please, please, please put them in the comments below. Non-fiction helps you understand the world. It gives you different perspectives on historical events, scientific achievement, current events, all that kind of stuff. It can make you a more informed and, I believe, empathetic person, because you're starting to really understand a lot of the things that created the world we live in now, and also what's going on in the world these days. Curiosity, exploration, these are other reasons why you should read non-fiction. You don't have to commit to a single genre. You don't have to just say, okay, I'm going to read self-help books. You can explore all sorts of things. There's many, many subsets of non-fiction. You can explore memoirs, read essays, travelogues, and investigative journalism. Just to name a few things, which is really amazing. And as I've already said, often the truth is stranger than fiction. You can find several bizarre, dramatic, emotional, real-life stories that can rival any novel out there. And together we will explore some of these and all the vast spectrum of non-fiction. It's very exciting. And I think if you're prepared to like and subscribe, then you can come along on this journey with me and we can explore it all together. And I'm very happy to give as well recommendations to you of non-fiction I enjoy, and I would love it also if you give it to me too. One recommendation I can give you, as it's been one of the highlight non-fiction books of the year for me, is this one. Mentioned it before, but on my other channel, not on this one, is Mozart's Starling by Leander Lynn Haupt. A fantastic nature book about starlings, birds, relationship with humans, in this instance Mozart, but also the author. She adopts a starling to get into the mindset and experience what Mozart experienced. Maybe I should have got a starling, don't you think? Get into the mindset that Mozart had when he adopted his starling. So it's a part biography of Mozart, part memoir of the author and her experience of the starling, and part natural history, and it's a joy. It's an absolutely fantastic read, and again, probably stranger than fiction, I would say, And then I'll leave off with what I'm currently reading. One of the non-fiction books I'm currently reading is this, and so far it is extremely, extremely enjoyable. Here it is, The Wars of the Lord. There you go, The Wars of the Lord, the Puritans' Conquest of America's First People by Matthew J. Tuninger. So there it is. Really, I don't know enough about the early history of America, but I'm definitely starting to learn, and only non-fiction can help you with that, of course. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you consider following this channel and joining me on this wonderful non-fiction journey, and we can explore this amazing world together. Do take care. From Elvis and I, all the best. Bye-bye.